Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Redhead Boo here with, if you can't guess from the ears, another Disney video because I don't really do many Disney videos, and the video I'm doing today is going to be a Toy Story tag because obviously I love Toy Story. And yeah, so these questions are from Helena and Martin's channel, and I know they've watched a previous, the announcement video, like Disney tag thing, and that has got a lot of views, so I want to say thank you if you enjoyed watching that video, and I hope you'll enjoy this one. So the first question is, how old was I when I first saw a Toy Story film? Ooh, I think obviously it was released before I was born, well, like 2 years before I was born. And I think I remember watching the first film when I was about 6 or 7. So it wasn't like too late, but it wasn't really early either. And then I think I saw the second one on TV when I was about 8. And then obviously I saw Toy Story 3 in cinemas and then Toy Story 4 in cinema. So yeah. If I could be any toy from my childhood, what would I be? Okay, so when I was a child, which I'm not now obviously, there were these toys, figures, called Polly Pockets, and they were like these little like girl and boy action figures, and they had like rubber clothes and you could like dress them up. And I always remembered that I'd love that. If I could be any toy from my childhood, it would have to be Polly Pocket, because she had amazing clothes and amazing accessories, and she was just very stylish, and I think I wanted to be like her even though she wasn't real, but yeah, so I wanted to be Polly Pocket. Favourite Toy Story film and why? Oh god, that's so hard because like all of the films in the Toy Story franchise are really good, like every single one for different reasons. But I think Toy Story 2 is always going to be special to me. Like, I think I like the fact that we were sort of introduced to Zurg, and like Rex has some moments in that film and I absolutely adore Rex, like he's so funny. Yeah, and I just think like how you're introduced to characters like Jessie, Stinky Pete, Bullseye, it's really nice, and you sort of learn like about Woody's Roundup gang and like how he finds out about it with all like the little merch, and yeah, I just think it's a really good film. It's got some hilarious moments in it, and yeah, Toy Story 2 is always going to be one of my favourites, always. Favourite Toy Story themed ride? Okay, so I've actually only ever been on one of the Toy Story rides, and that was Buzz Lightyear's Laser Blast, and I won. I can't quite remember my score, but it was so much fun. And I remember when I found out I was going there with college, but we were only going for a few hours, I knew I wouldn't get like every single ride done in a few hours, so I literally like, right, Buzz Lightyear was at the top of my list to go on because so many people had recommended it, and I was like, I have to go on it. And even though I queued for like 90 minutes, it was so worth it, and I absolutely adored it. And apparently when I go next July, I think it's been refurbished, and I don't know if this is correct, but I feel like it said on our last day, which is the 30th of July, they're like opening it but slowly. So I might be able to go on it, but I also might not, which is a bit sad because I do like it. But I'm very excited to try out the Toy Story parachute drop ride, and obviously Slinky Dog. Like, I don't think I'm going to try Icy Racer just because I don't really like the sensation that ride gives you. So yeah, I'm not the bravest, I'll admit it. I'll happily admit I'm not brave. So yeah, I don't think I'll be trying that one out. If you could create a character from a childhood toy, who would they be? So obviously this couldn't be any Disney toys because I've got a lot of Disney toys, so it was hard to pick one. But this particular toy I got when I went to Warner Brothers Studios tour, and it's Buckbeak, because like, I know it's from a franchise, it's not Disney, it's Harry Potter, and I absolutely adore Buckbeak. Like, yeah, I adore him, and I just feel like, because like obviously Jessie's got Bullseye, and obviously Buckbeak can fly, so I think if like the toys wanted to go on an adventure, like they could ride Buttercup, Bullseye and Buckbeak. One of the characters could use him to get around, and if they were like needing to escape from danger, he could like rescue them and then fly off, which, yeah. So that I'd have Buckbeak be in a film, yeah. Which character am I most like? I feel like I'm most like Jessie, the cowgirl, because and I think, again, from Toy Story 2, I like the way she was introduced. I like the whole fan theory that Jessie's owner Emily is Andy's mom, and I quite like the whole like theory against that. And I absolutely, like, from the moment I saw her on a film, I was like, she's incredible, love her, love her, love her. And I really like their Buzz and her little moment in Toy Story 3. And I love how she's like the leader in a way. Like, it's not just Woody, it's like Woody and, well, no, because Woody manages to escape from the daycare, so it's all really Jessie who comes up with like the plans, because obviously Buzz has been turned bad, which, yeah. So, and I remember when I used to go to like fancy dress parties when I was younger, I always used to go as Jessie. And I've got a photo somewhere, I don't know where, if I could find it I would, but I don't know where it is. And I've got like the red hat on, the like cow print trousers. And yeah, I adored her, I really did. Love, love, love Jessie, and I'm sort of hoping to either interact with her in the parade in Disney or try and meet her, because that would just be incredible, like a dream come true for me. Favourite Toy Story song? Oh gosh, that is so hard, because obviously you've got a friend in me from the first film, and I quite like, this is a bit of a spoiler, I quite like what they did with the opening to Toy Story 4 with that song. Obviously you have When She Loved Me, when Jessie's telling her story in Toy Story 2, and it's such a cute but emotional song, and it's just, yeah, it's just one of them songs. And then you've got like We Belong Together in Toy Story 3. So I feel like, because Jessie is like one of my favourite characters, it's gonna have to be When She Loved Me. Like, that scene, it's just so hard to watch, and I know I've watched it a lot of times now, but it's still one of them scenes I'm like, oh, I love it. So yeah, love. Which character would you have liked to see more of? That's hard, because yeah, there are a lot of characters that don't get as much like screen time as others. I feel like they're not as such one of the main characters, but the aliens and Pizza Planet, I would love to see more of them. Like, I really like the fact that they're the ones that rescue them all in Toy Story 3 by using the digger as like a claw, and I really like that. And how they're used in the beginning of Toy Story 3 as well. But I feel like, because they're not really in Toy Story 4, I don't think, and I feel like they could have had some great moments, and yeah, I just feel like I wish I would have seen more from them, like, because they're just really cute, really funny. And I used to have the Nintendo game of Disney Friends, I think it was called, and you got to look after Simba, Stitch, Dory, and one of the aliens. So yeah, I really like the little aliens. Did you own any Toy Story merch as a child? Yes, I did. I had the doll of Woody, and I also had Buzz Lightyear as well. And I always used to play with them together, and I sort of wish I would have got the Jessie one as well, but I didn't. And I think I had a little like figure of Jessie, and then I went to a car boot sale and I got Bullseye, Woody and Buzz to go with her, so she wasn't on her own. And yeah, so that's all. I don't think I had anything else, but I did have when I was little, I had my room decorated, and I think I had like clouds on the ceiling, so it was sort of like the Toy Story, like clouds that are on Andy's wallpaper. So yeah, I can relate. Favourite Toy Story villain? Ooh. There are so many good ones. Like, obviously Zurg. He's insane. Love him. Then you've got Lotso. But you've also got Gabby Gabby from Toy Story 4. And obviously, like, if you've seen the film, you probably don't like her that much. And then you sort of hear her story, and then as time goes on, you sort of learn to love her. But I do think Lotso's my favourite. Like, he's such a good villain and really, really good. Like, obviously, he seems all nice, like too good to be true in a way. Like, he's really friendly, always wanting to hug all of the new toys that come in. And then Buzz brings up that they want to move rooms, and then he went, oh, I'll go and get my other friends, and then something snaps and he turns into the evil one. And then I think it's Woody who tries to rescue him. Yeah, it is. It's Woody who rescues him, and then they're all running. I don't know what it's called in the like rubbish dump, and they see like an emergency button, and they say to Lotso, "Go press it," and he walks up the ladder. Looks like he's gonna do it, and then he doesn't, and it's like they're all in danger. Yeah. So it is not very nice, but he's such a good villain. Like, I love him. I love him, but I also hate him. Favourite line? I think it's from Toy Story 3 when Buzz has been, obviously he's the Spanish guy, and they have that little moment, him and Jessie. And then he's like rescuing her when they all fall into the rubbish dump, and a TV falls on him, so obviously that makes him turn back to normal. And I think Jessie says, Buzz, don't go, or something like that, and then Buzz goes, where did I go? Or he says some, can't quite remember what he says, but it's such a nice scene, such a funny line. But there are some great lines from Toy Story 4 that I don't know if I should use them because I know some people might not have seen the film. I don't really want to ruin it. But, like, where they want to get the dad arrested, and then the cop car pulls them up and Buttercup says, I'm not going to mention that because I don't want to ruin the film. Woody or Buzz? I don't know because I think I love Woody because he's so caring, especially, I shouldn't say this, especially in like Toy Story 4, like he can see how upset Bonnie is about starting school, like preschool. And it's just so moving how like when she's sat on her own, he obviously sneaks into the bag to like join her, and you can tell how much he cares about like his kid, which is so nice. And then you've got Buzz, who's just, again, he's really helpful, he's funny, and he's just the relationship that the two characters have together, and like the friendship that has been going on for so long. And I just hate it when like them two fight in the films. It's not nice because you just want them to get along because they're so damn sweet. But I don't know. This is so hard. I do think Buzz is my favourite, not gonna lie. He's brilliant. I love him so much, and I think what I like about him is that he doesn't, when he, in the Toy Story 2, when he doesn't believe he's a toy, and it's sort of like, I'm a space ranger, and then he has to prove that he can fly, and then all the toys are like, oh my god, he's amazing, and then you get obviously jealous Woody, who's been replaced. And I don't like that they made Woody really jealous, and they sort of made him like want to get rid of Buzz, so it's a bit like, because then in Toy Story 2, obviously the tables turn, Woody gets taken, and Buzz is the one who leads the rescue mission to go and find him. So yeah, I just love Buzz, really love him. Did you ever watch Buzz Lightyear of Star Command? No, and I know this is going to sound really weird coming from a Toy Story fan, but I never knew that he had his own like series. But I have been searching it, and apparently you can watch a few of the episodes on YouTube, so I might check some of them out because obviously I love Buzz, I love Toy Story, and I feel like I need to watch it. So yeah, definitely will look into that. Favourite character not including Woody or Buzz? Okay. So my favourite character, not including Woody or Buzz, is actually from the new film, Toy Story 4. And it's this guy, Forky. I think I love him because he's, well, look at him, I mean. How can you not love him? Like, he's hilarious. Like when he wants to just keep on jumping into the trash can because that's where he came from. And he's just... And then obviously he learns like the importance of being there for Bonnie. And obviously they want to try and get him back to Bonnie. And it's obviously like Woody has to babysit him. And it's so lovely, and I do absolutely love him. Yeah, I love Forky, really do. Great character. Yeah. Favourite scene. Okay, so my favourite scene is from it's gotta be Toy Story 2 when Rex defeats Zurg on the like elevator lift. It's just, it's funny, like it's because he's so clumsy as a character, and then not looking where he's going. Obviously he's got the long tail, swings it around, Zurg falls, and obviously that's the moment where before Zurg is telling Buzz that he's his dad, and obviously that's funny because then when Zurg falls, Buzz is like, "Father," and it's just, it's so, in a way it's sort of emotional, but you're a bit like, hang on, he's your enemy, why are you being emotional over him? So it's funny how, like, because obviously there's two Buzzes, and the other Buzz, when they all escape, he's playing the catch with his father, and it's just, it's funny, it's great, it just makes me so happy. I don't know why. Okay, so the next question, were you like Sid or Andy as a child? Obviously I was like Andy. I loved all of my toys, and I made sure that they all got played with, and like, in a way it's like a sense of responsibility, because like you have to take care of them, even though, and I mean, when the first time I saw Toy Story, I was a bit like, when I went into my room I was a bit scared that like when I'm not there or when I'm asleep, that's what my toys would do. I remember I had a plush, quite a big plush of Barney the dinosaur, and I remember like, because he comes to life, and every night I used to open my door, throw him out onto the landing and shut my door, because I was terrified that he would like come to life, and I just wake up and he'd be like stood up over me or something, and I got really scared. And obviously now I know that won't happen because it's a toy, but obviously as a child that's quite scary. So yeah, I was definitely more like Andy rather than Sid. You're a toy and you need to go somewhere quickly. Do you go to RC or Bullseye? Oh, okay, so obviously Bullseye's a horse, so he's quite fast, but then again, RC, the little car, he can zoom off. I think it depends on the situation and the location, because obviously if you're out and about, Bullseye would be so much better, because if you're RC there might be obstacles that you have to get around, and I think you're more in control of Bullseye than you are RC, because obviously you can tell you can tell Bullseye like what way to go, because obviously he's a horse, and you can't really tell RC what to do unless you've got the controller, but you might not have the controller. So I'm gonna say Bullseye. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say Bullseye. Which film made you most emotional? God, it's got to be Toy Story 4, but again, actually no, Toy Story 3 for me, because like it's all about Andy's grown up and obviously he's going away, so the toys are like, what's going to happen to us? And then the ending where he takes all of the toys to Bonnie is so cute, and just the way that like when Andy's driving off, when he like gets in the about to get in the car, and Bonnie like lifts Woody's hand up to wave goodbye. It like Andy, like Woody saying goodbye to Andy, and then obviously Andy waves back and says thanks for everything, guys. Like that's just, it was so cute, and I was just like, oh, it was adorable, because obviously Andy's grown up with them toys and then now he's passing them on to the next generation. But yeah, so definitely Toy Story 3 was the most emotional for me. Okay, so Space Ranger Spin or Laser Blast. So obviously Space Ranger Spin is in Walt Disney World, and Buzz Lightyear's Laser Blast is in Disneyland Paris. I've never been to Walt Disney World, and I probably never will go because I can only just afford Disneyland Paris. But I don't really know the difference between the two rides, like in comparison, but I'm gonna have to say Laser Blast because it's just fun, and I quite like the fact that it's interactive. So yeah, I love it. Thoughts on Toy Story 4? It's amazing. Honestly, like, I think quite a few, like when I went to see it in the cinema, I had my Toy Story top on from Primark. I was ready, but I wasn't ready, because it's sort of like, in a way you think, is it going to come to an end after this film, or is there going to be a follow-up? Like, no one knew like what was going to happen, but honestly, I'm gonna put it out there, it's the funniest film out of the whole franchise. Like, there's so many funny moments, so many funny lines. The characters are funnier, like Ducky and Bunny. Quite a few people I've spoken to, or I've seen like their reviews, they're not that impressed with them too, but I absolutely love them. And I think this scene where they're trying to get the key is one of my favourite scenes of the whole film. It's so funny, and I just absolutely love them. I really do. I do not have a problem with them. And obviously Forky, I'm a bit undecided whether or not I like Buzz in this film, because they've sort of like made him out to be quite stupid, because obviously Woody and him have a chat about their inner voice, which is like their conscience, and Buzz like starts pressing his buttons to sort of, in situations, I mean, yes, it's funny, but it's a bit like, isn't that portraying him to be quite thick? And I mean, Buzz isn't thick at all, he's great. So I feel like it's a bit like what they've done with him is a bit stupid, but I do love the film. And like I said, Gabby, you sort of think she's bad at the start, and then she turns good in the end. And I mean, her little scene at the end is just adorable, and obviously the ending to the film always either makes me cry or I just have to hold back the tears because it's just adorable and I love it. And sort of like a follow-up question is, do I want to see a Toy Story 5? Yes, I do. I'm gonna put it out there. I definitely want to see a Toy Story 5. I think if I could sort of like guess what it would be about or something, I think I'd like to follow up with what happens between Gabby Gabby and her new owner. I feel like we should sort of see like what goes on with her, and then maybe like they go on an adventure with the rest of the gang, so like Bonnie, or like maybe it could follow Bonnie through school, and maybe the girl that got Gabby Gabby could be like a friend for Bonnie, and then they could sort of like bring their toys and like play together, and they have adventures all together again, like a reunion. But yeah, so anyway guys, this was my Toy Story tag. I want to just say a special thank you to Martin and Helena for letting me use the questions. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video guys, please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on the little bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. This is Redhead Boo signing off. Bye!